Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes.
From Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Tommie Lee.
What up, y'all?
Welcome.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Tommie Lee, how long were you locked up for?
Like 4 months
4 months. And you were locked up for what? For people who don't know.
for a lot of things. Like,
She looked at me.
for man, it's crazy. Like, if whoever don't know, I mean, do we gotta address that right here? Like,
I mean, if you want to.
I mean, this is your first time on the show,
Yeah,
so let's get into everything. Because you did put, when you got out, that your last experience made you see things a lot differently now.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about what that experience was and why you see things differently.
Yeah, so I was arrested like on some assault charges, and basically, it had to do with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and what I mean by that, when I see things a lot differently, is just like a lot of the people that I thought was, gonna be around, they wasn't, and stuff like that, and just like the seriousness of, the point where I am in my life as far as, my platform and stuff like that, and how I should be using it, and, in ways that I wasn't using it. So, yeah.
Well, let's dig into your background a little. I saw a documentary you did about yourself, and you talked about growing up, and you said that your mom used to scam, and you were kind of a
Right.
scammer and doing those things. So, and you were always just fly
Right.
growing up, and you still are, clearly.
Thank you.
You came in here just like that. Even when you got out of jail, you did it up. So let's talk about your background and your relationship with your mom.
Basically, I grew up in Newark. I'm from Jersey or whatever. My mom, she was a single parent, and basically I was the first child. And, she was young. She was young when she had me. So basically, I witnessed a lot of things of her, like, growing into herself. So basically, she, I can't fault my mom for any of the way, you know what I mean? I was really brought up because I know, like, what it is now to be a parent.
She hustled to make sure you was good.
Yeah, she hustled to make sure I was good. So basically, I can't, fault her for that. And I picked up a lot of her hustle, that's how things went.
And then, go ahead.
I was going to say, so you're from originally Newark. How did you get to Atlanta? What made y'all move to Atlanta?
Oh, she moved to Atlanta because she didn't want to see, like, my brothers get killed and stuff like that. Like, basically, she was just like, she wanted them to have a different lifestyle. She wanted all of us to. So she wanted to
moved
change
you out the
our life.
hood. She wanted to get a crib with a little grass in the backyard.
Yeah.
Now, how did you end up on Love and Hip Hop? We know you were dating Scrap. So how did that whole situation happen? What was that phone call like, and what made you decide that was a good move?
Basically, the phone call was just like they, Scrap was rapping and shit like that, and his mom, you know what I'm saying? So basically, I was just coming on as the girlfriend, and they was just gonna film my real experiences. But I didn't know that he was still dealing with his baby mother until, I got to see the show, and all of the shit started unfolding. So
I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. You talking about Lil Scrappy?
No. Scrap.
I'm asking.
He was just locked up. He came home, and there was pictures of you guys kissing and everything, but you said that was just you seeing an old friend because you were going through a lot after he got out.
Right. So, like, he never told me that he was seeing nobody. Like, we ain't talk about that. So basically, when I got out, I was just seeing him after 3 years. You get what I'm saying? And like, I jump on my security guard or whatever, like when I came home from jail. So basically, it was just that, me showing that affection. I'm a passionate person. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask him, who you dating before I hug you? Or who you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. So
what were you doing in Atlanta?
reaction.
What were you doing in Atlanta, if you were working, before Love and Hip Hop? What were you doing?
Oh, I was working. I was doing some things that I'd rather not.
You was getting the bills paid. Okay. All right. I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just asking. Just getting the bills paid.
Yeah.
And what made you do Love and Hip Hop? What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna do this?
Shit, basically, I was modeling and all of that before Love and Hip Hop, and it was an opportunity for me, basically, and it made me get back into the music because it's like, you got this platform. I felt like God did it. Basically, I was praying all the time to get, stop doing what I was doing, and that was just an open opportunity. I didn't know it was gonna go this far.
Did you feel like that's what you had to do, or it was one of those things that was just so easy, like it was just an easy lick?
Nah, I loved the fact of doing it at first. You know what I'm saying? At first, I loved it. I felt like, it's just natural. It's just, they just gonna record my life. They just gonna record the natural me. But then, when things took a turn, basically, when my real life started being exposed, it was different. I'm
Goddamn
like, man,
right.
hell nah, I ain't
Tommy ain't doing
I ain't signing for this.
Right. Now, would you do Love? Are you doing Love and Hip Hop again, or is it one of those things like you tired of these people in your life?
Because I read that they said you couldn't come back to the show, but I'm sure they want you back.
Right. So like I haven't never heard that I couldn't come back to the
beat
show.
somebody up on the show?
I heard that people saying it, but I haven't heard that from the show. That's not our conversation at all. So yeah. But due to the charges, things is kind of everything was on hold. Like I wouldn't want to film going through what I was going through with my daughter. Like I wouldn't want to film that. But basically I feel like I need to speak on that definitely because a lot of people look up to me. A lot of people, my struggle, they could relate to it and shit like that. And like when I keep coming out of these situations, they like how we so happy and how, you know what I'm saying. I want them to show like to see like the growth from each experience. I don't just want to pop back up on social media or whatever and act like it didn't sting me because it did. I really went through a lot.
Right.
Through this whole like year, it's about to be a year coming up on this whole situation. Really took a toll on me. And
you were facing over 50 years.
What the hell was she arrested for? Don't tell me. I'm Googling it, man, because y'all don't want to tell me.
Well, no. So you went to your daughter's school, right? And it said, according to the reports, it said you slammed her head into the locker, pulled her hair, and that was some, abuse for your daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She's 11. She was 11 at the time, and basically, how reports go. It was a lot put on that, and it wasn't like that at all. Like my daughter. First of all, my daughter took edibles to school, and she got a charge from that, from, taking edibles to school. She took them to school. All the kids ate them, and basically they called me like, yo, your daughter, all the kids was rushed to the hospital. So that was like a real big deal for me. I was arrested.
Was that true? Your daughter took edibles to school?
Yeah, that's facts. So I was arrested when I was 15 years old, as a runaway. And that's how I started my record. Is being arrested as a runaway, and I then got probation and then get in one fight in school, violated probation. I go to boot camp, I stayed back, you know what I'm saying? So it really hindered my life. So basically when she caught that charge, I didn't think it was gonna be a charge at first because everybody was okay, but then I got a letter in the mail saying that she was being charged. So I was stressing to my daughter like how important it is for her to be good in school so we can make this go away. We got a lawyer, everything like that. But basically she was feeling herself in school, just trying to fit in and stuff like that. Like, she's not a bad kid. She's been an honor roll student her whole life, like principal honor roll, like very outstanding student. So basically, I was explaining that to her, but then you got the peer pressures of trying to be, the it girl or whatever she was doing in school. So
I'm sure she was like famous too because you're her mom.
My kids not like that. Like, they don't really.
Because people had to know, oh, your mom is Tommie. I'm sure they know in the school.
But like I'm not Tommie, like I am Tommie always, but like I'm not Tommie from Love and Hip Hop when I go to the school. You know what I mean? This is not my first time going to my daughter's school. Like I've been to my daughter's school every year of her school years. You know what I mean? I always introduce myself to the teachers. I'm active.
Not that
in my
she was
daughter's
bragging
life.
about it, but the other kids might look at it like, oh, you know her mom.
Like the kids that she go to school, like a couple of them. You get what I'm saying? Like all the kids that she go to school with are not like it's kind of like a biracial, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different.
It's a very mixed, diverse.
Right. So they not really on that.
Okay.
Now, did your daughter know it was edible, or did she just think it was candy?
They said like when she went to school, like she was saying that it's laced with weed, but she don't talk like that. So I don't know if they put that on there or whatever. Like they said that, but I don't think that she, knew that, and it was candy. You know what I mean?
It was candy. It was gummies, probably, right?
It was, yeah.
It was gummies.
Yeah.
So your daughter, I guess you had it in your secret stash, and your daughter found it.
No, I didn't have it in my secret stash. Actually, I had flew them to Miami for spring break, and they wound up having to stay with a homeboy of mine because I had to work. I had a hosting, so they stayed with him for like 3 days, and they went on boats and all of that shit. So basically, when I sent them home because I still had to work, I sent them home with a stewardess, and she said she found it in the back of the plane seat. Like, she got it up out the plane seat. So that's what she told me.
Nah, they blame you. Well, I mean,
Okay, so
no, they didn't blame me.
No,
They
she's
blame
talking
you.
about she was upset that her daughter
So
brought that.
you see what I'm saying? So so that was already taking place, and then the teacher done called me like 3 times about her behavior now in school. So that's got me paranoid. Like as a mom, I never want to see my daughter like go through. I don't want to see my daughters go to jail at all. I've been there a million times. So basically, like the third call, 2 of the calls I wasn't in town. Like I work a lot. Like, but this call I was in town. You get what I'm saying? So I went up there, and I got my ass whooped in school. Like my mother whooped my ass in front of the gym.
Them kids, they used to get their ass whooped in school.
Like it was like
in front
3
of everybody.
classes in front of 3 classes in the gym. So and that's because I had crushed up some chalk, and I was acting like I'm selling dope or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? She whooped my ass in front of everybody. So that's the first thing came to my mind. I'm gonna embarrass her. You know what I'm saying? So she won't be. You know what I'm saying? embarrassing his teacher or disrespecting his teacher. That's what I thought, you know what I'm saying? But I really don't, like, whoopings are like a last resort for me. When it comes to my kids, I could count on my hand how many times I had to get physical with them. We don't have that type of relationship. Like, I'm open with them about my life, about everything. Like, they see everything. I don't hide nothing. I don't act like a person that I'm not in front of my kids. So, yeah, so it got to that point. But when I went up there, she wasn't even in class. So, you know, when I was asking her to take me to the class, she said, she don't know where the class at. So I'm like, what? You don't know where the class, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting agitated. And basically, she had on a hoodie, and I took the hoodie and, you know what I'm saying, like, jacked her up by the hoodie. Now, they put all that extra on there. Like, that's
Slammed her head in the locker.
Yeah, no, I never slammed her. I took her by the hookie and, you know, jacked her up against the locker. But slam her head in the locker, like, I'm not going to treat my daughter like that. Like, that's not how we.
So who seen it? Who was it? A camera?
It was a camera.
Oh, a camera.
It was a
camera.
camera.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who's seen it. It's just a matter of who's reporting it. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I was to show you the tape right now, you're going to say, that's crazy.
Right.
You're going to say that's crazy.
So you didn't anticipate any charges against yourself for that? You didn't think that would happen to you because you just felt like, I just went to go discipline my daughter and embarrass her in school?
That's honestly, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like the teacher done called me 3 times. What else did you expect me to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how did your daughter react when all this happened?
We talked about it.
Because that has to be devastating for her. That happened, she was getting in trouble, but now that my mom's going to jail.
Yeah, she kind of was like kind of blaming herself. So it went like I got called by a detective. He was like, well, I'm going to press charges. You need to turn yourself in and stuff like that. So I had the opportunity to tell her like what's going on because of the chain of events that happened at school. And she was like on some, you know, she just started crying to me. So I buy her like Takis, all this candy and shit like every day. And I wasn't paying attention. Like, why does she need so much candy? It's not a party in school every day. So she told me like, you know, kids is using her. She was like, they don't like me. They just using me for my money and for my shit. And so basically she was crying about that. And she was really hysterical, like, you know, and I just felt bad, you know what I'm saying? Because here I am going to go defend what a teacher said before I even spoke to her. So.
Now they said you was, and this was, I thought it was crazy. They said you was stalking your daughter?
Well,
how do you stalk your own kid, man?
So let me tell you, like, exactly.
Kid, that's my kid.
So like the next day when I bonded out so fast, social media got a hold to the story, and basically I was at an event, and they called me from the house like the news is out here. Like several news came in, was knocking on the door trying to speak to them, and so basically it was my oldest daughter. The day that I went and turned myself in, my daughter, that's you know the victim. They say or whatever, 2. And I take care of my little sister as well. She was with her dad. Like, he came and got her immediately. I took him to Cheesecake Factory, tried to talk to her, and then that's when she told me the story. So then he came and got her from there. And basically, I went home when they told me that the news was harassing them. So I'm about to pull up, like, when they pull back up, like, get off my fucking property. You get what I'm saying? There's no parent here. Why y'all trying to talk to my kids? You get it? So when I go back over there, you know, I went in the house for 20 minutes. And then the police came back to my door. They just arrested me and said that I was stalking my daughter. So they said they had a conversation with my daughter in school, and she said that I walked her to school that morning and I cooked her breakfast, which is untrue because I was filming. Like from the time I got out of jail, I was like straight in the car, had it be the set. You know what I mean? At 8 o'clock in the morning, we was filming a paintball scene in the woods. So we had to drive an hour away. So that's untrue. But like that's just what I went through. Like they did that. You know what I mean? Whoever the guy was who at the school who pressed the charges on me, I feel as though like he found out like who I was, and basically, you know, he didn't like the fact that I just bust down and bailed out. You know what I'm saying? And
So let's clear it up. So for people out there listening, you did not bang your daughter's head into.
Not at all, ever.
You yoked your daughter up.
Yeah.
And
Does she still go to the school?
And you pinned her against the locker.
Well, she did finish out the school, you know what I'm saying, her dad, because she liked the school. Like, she really liked the school. But if it was up to me, I would have took her out of the school immediately. But as you know, like, I couldn't have no contact with her while the case was going on.
And you did not kick your daughter, you did not punch your daughter, you just yoked her up, and everything else was exaggerated.
Yes.
Now, what about the stalking? You didn't stalk your daughter.
That's the stalking charge.
That's
the stalking charge is like he talked to her the next day she went to school. He talked to her and she said I cooked her breakfast and took her to school. You know what I mean? Like a kid, I look at it like this. Maybe if she said that, maybe she was feeling like I done got my mom in trouble. Let me say that she cooked. You know what I'm saying? These people want to know if, you know what I mean? And she's probably trying to cover for me, but that really hurt me.
Did a white person make the phone call to the police, or was it a black person that called the police?
Well, it was a white It was a white guy who did all of this.
A white guy. Okay.
Right.
So the white guy is the one that reported it and said that you threw your daughter's head against
Right,
the locker.
right. It's the same guy who reported everything.
The stalker. Now you got a DUI that day too?
No, I didn't get a DUI that day. So when I went to court, I went out the night before I went to court, and basically I came home like 4 a.m, and you know they did a test, a urine test or whatever, and of course you know what I'm saying I was out. I had some drinks while I was out, and it showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't go to court just like sloppy drunk.
Yeah,
like,
the story was that you showed up to court drunk.
right.
And then
I thought you was a wild
That's not
girl
true.
for
I
that.
was a little
remember
late.
that one. I was
Nah,
like, wow.
man. I was late for court, so my judge, I was the only person that got drug tested and went to jail that day.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, she tests everybody if you're even 5 minutes late.
Right.
So she drug tested me because I was late, and
Yeah,
of course,
alcohol in the system.
alcohol was in my system because I went out the night before. So
Now with the now what's your relationship? Now what did they do? Now were you found guilty or did you plead out for a lesser charge? So
well, it got to the point where a lot of things was happening in my home, and I just really didn't want to fight it anymore. So yeah, I did plea out because I really needed to get to my children, and I really needed to, you know what I mean?
you pled for a lesser charge,
Right.
and that lesser charge, and then they sentenced you to 4 months or whatever it was, and you did.
Well, no, I did 4 months fighting, and then when I just like pled out because my family need me, I'm kind of like the sole provider for like not only my children but my mom's children. My mom's in prison, so yeah.
Now, of course. Now, what's the relationship with your daughter now? Did they take your daughter away from you, or are you still able to have your
never.
daughter? So
my daughter's at my house. My daughter's at my house. Yeah, like no, they never took her away. They brought some people in my house the same day. My daughter never had a scratch on her, a bruise, never nothing on her. The same day, within an hour after we left the school, they sent like a defects officer to my house, and I let her like freely walk around. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at whatever you gotta look. My pantry, everything. You want to talk to my daughter? I let her talk to her in private. Like I have nothing to hide.
Right.
and now, how often do they come to the house to check up on her?
They
Or
never
do
come
they?
to the
So they
house.
don't
That's
come up
done.
anymore?
Like she didn't have anything to report, so that was it. It was like an open and close that day.
Do you
Now,
regret
you also
pleading out?
said that in court that you wanted to talk to a mental health professional. So
I never said that in court.
Oh, that's what it says in the papers.
Well, maybe no. You heard that from TMZ,
Mm-hmm.
and they heard that from my lawyer, who was saying, you know what I mean, like maybe the drinking, that just goes along with some of the terms of pleading out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different options. You could take that.
Do you regret pleading out? No.
I kind of do.
Right.
I kind of do because I wish that I really would have stood up and just, you know what I'm saying, explain my story. But in the county that I was in, the color that I am, like in my record, it hinders me from like fighting the whole fight like that.
Because right now you looked at as the bad guy
Exactly.
or bad woman. And, if you say it is what it is and you yoked your child up, like my mom yoked me up, like my grandmother yoked me up.
Yeah.
And let's say you yoked me up against a locker. I mean, I was yoked up against a cabinet before. I might have hit my head or not, but it wasn't their intention. Shit happens. But
Right.
I was yoked up, but now it affects your money. I mean, now we don't know what Love and Hip Hop is going to do, but, Love and Hip Hop may say, we don't want her back because she was charged with this. Or if you have an endorsement company, let's say, a company say, you know what, I don't want to work with her because the first thing that pops up is she
Right.
beat her kid up, but that's not the case. You know what I mean?
And you know what? That's just something I got to deal with. I'm going to have some people who understand that too. Like, I'm going to face all of that. Like, but never would I take back what I did because I know the reasons for me doing it. And I really feel like children do need discipline. I feel like, the way I handled it in front of them, like my lawyer told me, like 1 billion kids got their ass whooped that day. The only difference between you is you did it on camera. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that kids need discipline. And I like, not physical, but I just think that these children need discipline. And I'm not gonna see my daughters go to juvenile. I'm not gonna see them go to jail or prison or none of that. I did all of that. So if I can help them not to make the same mistakes, then that's what I'm here to do.
Because it causes a stigma. Because, when you first walked in here, I mean, I heard the story of whatever, but I already looked at you a certain way because all I seen was a person beating the shit out of their kids.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case because that's what's put on the press, you know what I mean? And that can affect you in the long run. Now, when it comes to your kids now, how do you discipline them now?
My kids so trill, man. Like my kids, like so, like listen. I talk to my kids, like I said before. Like getting physical with them is the last resort, and basically, if I have to, I can't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know the future, but like I said, like I'm gonna go to the fullest extent to protect my children from the justice system. Like, I'm gonna go to the fullest extent. That's my job.
Because if you was my mom, right, and we got into an argument, I would definitely curse you out. And I'm gonna tell you why.
For real?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I say fuck you, mom, and as soon as you put your hand on me, 911, what's your emergency?
I'm sure her
mama hit me again.
I'm sure her
I wouldn't
daughters
tell
do.
my mom.
I'm
Mom,
sure they
you
do
did
not
not
let me tell you something. That's funny.
Want to see her go back to
That's
jail.
funny, yeah, because my
I'm
daughter's...
gonna call mom.
Listen, my daughter, my oldest daughter, you can look on her social media, she's on there talking about, man, I just miss my mom, and it's true what you said, like, we got, and I really, you know what I'm saying? They do
not want her to go back to jail.
it.
They're not
Just
going to call
joking.
them.
They
Nobody
would
say F you,
never
mom. But
do that.
you feel that way that your mom raised you is helped or hurt or made you look at life differently with your own kids?
I think it made me strong. I think it made me tough. I think, you know what I'm saying? I think me disobeying her made me take a lot of, like, bumps against my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, I had too much freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I had too much freedom. My mom, she didn't have a job, so basically she couldn't be there like that. So I had too much freedom. I didn't have a lot of role models, and I feel like that affected me coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm gonna be there for my children.
So what were some of the things that you were thinking and planning while you were locked up for those 4 months?
Oh, I was planning on getting back out, getting back in the studio, getting my, you know what I'm saying, my life back together, whether it's a loving hip hop or whether whoever's with me or against me. I was planning on, changing the narrative, basically, like doing all the things that I started. Like, I started a nonprofit organization for teens and suicidal teens, because that's going on a lot. Like, a lot of kids are just depressed. Like, my kids' friends come over my house all the time, and I kick it with them. Mm-hmm. And they got so many insecurities, and they don't have nobody to talk to. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's part of the reason why I got a whole record, is because I never had nobody to, vent to as a child. And I just wanted to run away. I just wanted to get out of there. First of all, I was staying in a hotel. Basically, my whole family was staying in one room with a man who did not fuck with us. He just wanted to be with my mother, not her kids. Mm-hmm. So basically, it was uncomfortable. And just imagine, they sent me to jail for that, but nobody was like, yo, why do you want to run away? Like, they never asked me why you wanted to run away.
Right.
So kids are, like, overlooked a lot because we busy, we working, we gotta provide, you know what I mean? So I want to have a center like that, and I just, listen, man.
Now,
I do so much good, it's always gonna get overshadowed because of my past. So I just gotta do even more good. I just gotta go harder.
We just talked about that. We had that girl here from Google that, I was saying that all the bad stuff pops up on Google. Yeah. None of the good stuff ever pops up.
Never.
And I was like, I need more of the good stuff. What your, you talked about your mom, right? And you talked about you seeing your mom hustle and see all the things that she did. And that made you want to do it because that's all you learned. Do you change that for yourself? So, because your daughter follows you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the things that you do, your daughter follows. So do you change that and make sure now that you're out of jail, you do things differently so she looks at you a different way?
Yeah, but like, I can't never change who I am. Like, this is really instilled in me. I'm a wild child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like, no, not in that extent. Like, I'm a fun person. Like, fine. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, my daughter's already looking for work. They already trying to start businesses. My daughter wants a sunglass line. My other daughter, she wants to be, she wants to help with my organization. She's like, Mom, I want to get down with that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, basically, they already on an entrepreneur. They have a mind frame like that. So I feel like that's helping them, because what I seen was how to get over was finesse. You know what I'm saying? Right. So basically, they already going in the right direction. To me, I'm proud already. Mm-hmm. Just the thought of them thinking like that, because I ain't think like that. I'm thinking about, man, how can I, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I love them, and I love the way they think, and this is something we got to get through. You ever worry about seeing some of the people you might have scammed or hustled before? I don't worry about that, because the people I scam got insurance. So basically, they got their money back. Everybody was good. I prayed.
Tommie, you crazy.
She said they got their money back.
Nobody was hurt.
I saw you hanging out.
And I would never steal from you bitches, because you ain't got enough to lend. So don't tuck your purses, bitch, because I would never. Like, that's not how I was rocking. No, I'm saying I did not.
Okay. All right.
I saw you hanging out with Rihanna too.
Oh yeah, Rihanna is so dope. Like, she inspired me. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the singing thing, like, she inspired me when I went to her ball, like, and to see what it was all about and how she's doing that and providing schools and all of that in Barbados and all of that. So, like, I really love her on another level outside of the fame stuff. Like, I could see her heart. So yeah.
Next time you see her, tell her we need some music. Just tell her that. But like,
Hey
You gonna
man,
be
don't
mad
get me in
as
this. Look.
just a little music.
Now, what about before you went to jail? You were dating Ian Connor. Are you guys still together?
I wasn't dating Ian Connor. Ian Connor was my friend, and it was kind of like an inside joke how he carry on. Like, he just like that. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a friend of mine. He's still a friend of mine. Congratulations to Ian and Raven on their engagement. He engaged now, and I'm really happy for him. You know what
So
I'm
y'all
saying?
were never
Oh,
dating?
free Ian, too. He in jail now.
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
Congrats on the engagement.
Wait,
but
back
free
up.
him.
So y'all were never
Jeez.
dating because everybody thought y'all was
Free
moved up,
Rocky.
and it looked like it.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it did look like you. So you
Well,
really never really was dating him.
No, he was
honestly.
just a fun weirdo, like the guy that I
Fun
was
weirdo.
dating.
Goodness gracious.
No, like
never
he
kissed
a
a
real
man?
one. Huh? Kissed him?
Yes.
Ah, man, I don't be kissing and all that, man. I like
You don't
the
kiss.
Guy, not people that I'm not dating.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You just said I don't be kissing and all that.
I'm
I
not
was
Not
saying
people.
G
Nah,
should
why would I
pit
be
me with G.
kissing on my friends?
So who you dating now?
No, I'm single right now. Focused right now, man. I got a date with success.
All right, I ain't mad at you.
You
So
didn't
have
have
you-
nobody. You didn't have nobody to call when you was in jail, or
Oh man, I had plenty of people call, but let me tell you about that. Like I done did jail so many times. Like I stay away from the phone. Everybody that go to that phone come back crying, so I'll be sitting back like,
I ain't calling nobody.
I ain't calling them. I'm gonna call my kids. They good. I'm not gonna lollygag on the phone. I don't want to hear no bad news. I call. I look at TV. Nipsey done died. Like it's just all. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
You ain't no
I
girls
call.
try to holler at you in jail?
Of course. They're my sisters. Yeah,
I'm not talking about the
course.
sister. I'm talking about they trying to holler. Like, we been here for a while.
They
Like,
respect me though. They respect me. I had an assistant. You know what I'm saying? They made my bed. I did, and I used to pay them in commissary. Like it was. You know
so
what
you
I'm
ain't holler
saying?
at no girls
No
in
kissing.
jail?
Of course not. No kissing.
So what?
And definitely no telling.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
maybe, but you just ain't telling. I ain't mad at you.
So what do we do moving forward now, Tommie? What's on the plate now?
What's on the plate now is like, you know, my documentary just dropped. Of course, I'm going in the lab when I get back home, locking in. I got more music to come. I'm working on an EP. I'm with Empire, so you know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of work to deliver for them. I got a podcast out in Cali. I'm moving from Atlanta.
Oh,
To Cali?
I want a fresh start. Yeah.
So you going to Cali?
Yes.
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, for real.
You taking
Like,
the kids
it's
and
just been-
everybody?
Everybody.
Okay.
Where am I gonna leave my kids? Like,
Look at
And what,
him,
and what is your mom locked up for? When did she come home?
my mom locked up for doing, you know what I'm saying? She violated probation. She got 3 years. So basically, she's supposed to be out in 2020, but I'm getting her a lawyer to try to appeal that so she can, you know, get out sooner.
What
What's
are
your
the
relationship
terms
with
of your
mom?
release now? Are you on probation?
Yeah, I'm on probation.
For how long?
For a little minute.
I don't know if you should put
To
that
like-
out there, man.
No.
You see one of these girls that don't like it, they gonna fall on the floor and be like, Tommie hit me.
Nah, I got security with me. I can't hit you, baby. I could get you hit.
No, you can't. That's a joke, Tommie.
Psych.
Goodness gracious.
She can't stop.
All
Man.
right.
I'm just kidding.
Well, thank you for joining us, man.
All right, Tommie Lee from Love and Hip Hop.
So
you got
Tommie
new
Lee-
music coming. You got an EP on Empire on the
Right.
way.
She didn't bang her child's head into the
Please
lockup.
say that
She didn't
again.
punch nobody in the face, her daughter, or nothing like that. That didn't happen. She pleaded out because she didn't want to fight it. It was probably expensive, and that's what it is. Did you meet with
I
Mona yet
spent the
about
money.
possibly coming back? Did you talk to Mona yet or no?
I haven't spoken to anybody. I just been with my family for the time being. I just only been out a week now.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, you just been out a week.
Mm-hmm.
I told you she
Yeah.
just came home.
Yeah. Fresh out.
Y'all do makeup and stuff in jail?
No, not in jail, but like, you know, they have makeup available in prison.
So y'all do makeup and all that?
We don't. I
Oh.
didn't.
Oh, you didn't
I was
do makeup.
ugly.
I was just curious.
Natural.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me. I
All
appreciate it.
positivity.
All right.
Yes.
There you go. Tommie Lee, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.